In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Luke Skywalker in his ceremonial Yavin outfit for the Vintage Collection. He is VC 151, and he is an update of the Black Series 3 3/4 inch Yavin outfit Luke, which this is a very significant update from that action figure. A lot of us were not too excited that Hasbro was going to be re-releasing this action figure yet again, because I distinctively recall the Yavin Luke from 2013 in the black and orange packaging, peg warming heavily in most areas, and quite frankly, it was not a very good action figure. But then after getting this action figure in hand, it turned out to be arguably one of the best Lukes that Hasbro has ever made. I would also argue that this is the best Luke Skywalker head sculpt that Hasbro has ever made. Of all the Lukes in my collection, I would say that this is number one, and I imagine that would be for a lot of other people as well. The hair is perfect, the face sculpt is perfect, the photoreal face turned out really good on this, and it's just all around a great action figure. I did get this at the time it was released, which was towards the end of 2019, I think. They did make their way around Walmart at the time. I think he was a Walmart exclusive, but I distinctively recall some of the pegs at least at many of the stores being filled up with these Lukes, and I was fortunate enough to find one. But anyways, let's just take a closer look at them. Yeah, look at that head sculpt. To me, that's the perfect Mark Hamill appearance, or it's about as close as we can get for an action figure. Can't really ask for much better. And I have seen a lot of people buy multiples of this Luke and then just swap the heads out for this one here. Just phenomenal detailing in that head sculpt. They have the right color blonde, I think, or about as close as possible. A lot of nice details in the hair there. Now there are, besides the head sculpt, there are other parts that Hasbro did redo for this action figure. I distinctively recall on the 2013 version, Hasbro made the arms extremely long, and from my understanding, these arms here are borrowed from the Ponda Baba action figure in the TVC line, and then they just repainted them. So very nice utilization of tooling. As far as the jacket, looks very good. Nice yellow color. Does have this almost looks like a rank badge, but I don't think it is. Does have this silver stripe on this side and on that side. It is a removable piece, although it is a very stiff jacket he has on, and there's really not a need to take it off because then he has the yellow sleeves and then the black shirt underneath. And then if you do manage to take it off, I have seen some pictures of what it would look like. He does have a significant giraffe neck. The neck is meant to accommodate for that collar there. Does have his medal on, which you can take that off if you want to. I never have, but you would have to pop his head off in order to do that. But I think he looks better with it on. Looks pretty good. There's a golden color on it. Some markings on it, but you can't really make out what it is. As far as pants, it's pretty much the same pants as Han Solo wears for Return of the Jedi. In fact, I have my Return of the Jedi Han right here. It's pretty much the same thing. Of course, a different sculpt though. And he does have his holster, which does house the blaster pistol. Which looks pretty good. There's a little bit of a tight fit in his hand, but it does work. You can get the finger around the trigger there. Most of the time, I just have it in his holster. And he does have a spot on his belt to accommodate for the unignited Anakin's lightsaber, now Luke's. It does not come with an ignited lightsaber at all. I forget if the Black Series one did come with one. I could have swore it did. It might have. Then his boots. As far as articulation, it's near perfect. He does have a ball joint at the head, I think. Yeah, that's a ball joint. Hinged shoulders, which have a really good range of motion. And hinged elbows. Swivel wrists. Yeah. And swivel waist. You have to be careful with rotating that waist because the lightsaber will pop out if you move it a certain way, because the cut of the jacket here does go beyond his belt. But he does have swivel hips and hinged knees and no ankle articulation, which I don't think is really that big of a deal for this action figure. If you're using him for dioramas, you're probably using him mostly to have him stand to be on display. Well, that's pretty much all I can tell you about this Luke Skywalker action figure. We'll bring out a couple comparisons here. Another figure we'll be taking a look at next, the ceremonial Leia. They look really good together. And I do not have the ceremonial Han Solo. Perhaps I'll track that one down at some point, but I will bring out the more recent Return of the Jedi version of him. It's a little difficult to stand. But they all look good together. Suppose if you wanted to, you could take the metal from Leia here, put it on Han. But anyways, would I recommend this Luke for your collection? I definitely would. If you want the definitive Luke Skywalker head sculpt, I think this is the one. Obviously, this is probably not the most ideal Luke Skywalker appearance for most people. Ceremonial outfit, while it's nice, it's not very action-oriented. Of course, the articulation is not quite as dynamic as many other Lukes out there. But if you want the best looking Luke Skywalker out there, I think this is the one. I'm happy he's a part of my collection. But anyways, that concludes this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for plenty more reviews in the future. There will always be more to come. If you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I always appreciate all your support, and check out some links in the description if you haven't done so already. Of course, as always, thanks for watching.